thank all of you for braving this terrible weather we're having this winter to join us tonight. If you take out your cell phones and turn them off, we don't want to ruin a punchline. Also, do not forget to stick around after the show for coffee and dessert. Too many people leave it. I get too much of it. Also, a little housekeeping. We would really like you to remember that on YouTube, the Joey's monologue and a good portion of the show is posted every month. So if you just Google Joey Sims comedian and the month, like Joey Sims comedian February 2020, you'll find you're able to enjoy it a second time. So let's welcome the different club members, or many of the different clubs that are here. Let's start with TGIF. Oh, now come on. I'm out here to get your attention, to get you involved and warmed up so you can appreciate Joey. So let's take another shot at, let's welcome the members of TGIF. That's a lot better. The Baby Boomers. The Pickleballers. The Old Pros. The Bocce Club. The Chicago Club. Rainbow Club. The Rock and Rollers. Saddleback Church. The Golfers.
It's okay.
And last but not least, the Bridge Club. Now, Joey Sims loves comedy. She loves to entertain. She will take every opportunity. Even when she was on the cruise, on the Royal Princess, this last week, she grabbed the microphone. Jeff Jenna, the former manager of the Irvine Improv, says this lady has a lot of talent and an ear for timing that can't be taught. For the past 14 years, Joey has led an edgy comedy club in a trendy Southern California senior community. Joey is more than comedy. She has a handicap sticker. She has 2 new knees. She can drive at night. She is attracted, and this is very important, she's attracted to men that can dance. But if you can't dance, that's fine too. She has an early education certification. So younger men are very good. She loves making her friends laugh. So now let's give a great round of welcome to our own funny lady, Joey Sims.
I said a good man, it's hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your path, I fool around with another gal and pray. Lord, how you pray to see that man alive in his grave. So if the man is smart, take my advice, hug him in the Hi. How you guys doing? Good. I'm going to talk to you about a cruise I went on this week with the Chicago Club. It was called the Doo-Wop Cruise. It was absolutely fabulous. And because of the name, I had to go doo-wop, because I'm Italian. It really was a blast. I'm so glad I went, because I don't know what my expiration date is, and neither do you guys. My friend, Pat the Hat, raise your hand, Pat. Raise it up. Are you okay? She was my roommate. She was a blast, too. Anyway, my only complaint, it was the most beautiful ship I'd ever been on, but they hide the bathrooms. And it was just so tough to eat all that gourmet food and walk into our beautiful place with a balcony. It was really tough. I felt it was my duty to make little messes because Benjamin kept going in there to clean. And I had to laugh when people worried about falling in the shower. This is how you fall in the shower. That's the most you could fall, and if you fell down, you wouldn't fit, so. And the elevators were so speedy. 16 floors, ba-boom. You know, in my 3-story building, I could balance my checking account and go from the second to the basement. And this is the love of my life.
What is it?
It's a medallion, and when you get on that ship, all they ask you for is your credit card, and everything else is free. You just go, wow, wow, wow. I told the bartender out there, I'm not paying, baboom, that's it. Anyway, we went to Puerto Vallarta. We just had a blast. And when we got to Puerto Vallarta, it was the only bad part of the cruise. We got a psycho driver. We had like a golf cart or a Jeep. I haven't figured out what it was yet. And of course, he didn't speak English. And all we needed was 10 minutes to get back to the ship. He drove us 90 miles an hour for 30 minutes. There is no lines on the Mexican streets. Did you know that? So that means they U-turn, they stop, they run up and talk to each other. I mean, it's just, I was actually glad to get back to Laguna Woods. And I kept doing this. And he watched me in the mirror and he'd grin. And I kept saying, find the ocean, find the ocean. Figured if he found the ocean, he might accidentally find the ship. And then this was scary. I was getting dressed for the last day. You know, you put out your luggage the night before. And of course, I had this fabulous 3-piece Nike outfit, you know, and I couldn't find the pants. And my underwear did not match. So that was scary. I don't know what you do when you can't find the pants. What are you going to do? Nobody's going to give them to you. You know, I couldn't wear pants. And then I want to give you a little history of the ship. Ships are called she because there's always a lot of men around her. She has a waist, and it takes a lot of paint to keep her good looking. Just like us women. And it's not the initial expense, it's the upkeep. And like a woman, the ship has to be decked out. And she shows her top side and hides her bottom. And as soon as she comes into port, she goes right for the buoys. And I got 2 reasons to tell you why not to drink the toilet water in a disaster. Number 1 and number 2. That took days, folks. Okay, and then what does one ocean say when it meets another ocean? It just waves. Now I'm just going to tell you some jokes. This one man I knew was so nervous to go to the doctor and have a full examination. And the doctor, he was just so scared. And then the doctor said to him, take off your pants. And he said, what? He said, yeah, take off your pants. And the guy said, well, where shall I put them? And he said, next to mine. Getting dirty up here, getting dirty. And I got to tell you, this is a true story. I was at 19 one night by accident. And I looked in this guy's car, and he was slumped over asleep, and he had something in his mouth. And it took me 10 minutes, but I figured out it was a breathalyzer. For those of you that don't drink, that's not good. And then there's a friend of my Huggabears down here named Kerry, and he's always hitting on these young, hot women. And so this one woman was very pretty, and he just couldn't stand it because she came in alone, she left alone, and finally he just went up to her and he says, you know, you just need to come home with me. And she said, I can't do that. I am keeping myself pure until I meet the man I truly love. And he said, that's pretty hard. She says, yeah, my husband finds it very difficult. Oh, and I got a good golfer joke for you guys. I was going to give it to Marvin, but I was afraid he'd screw it up, so I have to tell him. This guy invented a golf ball, and it's truly true. If it gets within 4 inches of the hole, it goes in. But the warning is, don't put it in your pocket. For the church table, especially your back pocket, okay? That's funny, Betty. That's a funny joke. And then I like this one. The little boy goes up to his grandpa and he says to him, Grandpa, I'll give you $1 and tell you who Grandma sleeps with when you're gone. And Grandpa says, here's $2, tell me. And he says, me. And I've told you before, if you see me running, you know somebody's chasing me. And if you ever find me dead on a hiking trail, you know somebody killed me and put me there. I'm not afraid of dying, I just don't want to be there when it happens. And I have a friend that just came tonight that's a vegetarian. I told her this joke is for her. It's, she walks into a restaurant and she says, I don't eat eggs, meat, fish, dairy, or gluten. What would you recommend? The waitress said a taxi. And I often wondered if I went in to apply for a job at Hooters, would they just give me a bra and say, fill that out? And here's a joke from my buddy Louie from the Chicago Club. As I'm getting older, I realize I'm getting very wealthy. I have silver in my hair, gold in my teeth, gemstones in my kidneys, and an abundance of gas. Well, that's about it, you guys. Thank you so much. Now, I'm so happy to introduce my friend Stephanie Bloom. Throughout her career, she's brought audience into hysterics with her take no prisoners approach to stand up. And she's a mother of 3 and a former school psychologist and a Brooklyn native that has a strong opinion on just about everything. God knows we're not used to that, right? And she was crowned New York's funniest comedian, chosen by HBO's Art Festival. And it just goes on and on. She's got all kinds of certificates and degrees. And I hope you'll give her a big welcome. Here comes Stephanie. Woo.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Wow, this is exciting. Look what's going on here. Let's hear it for Joey Sims putting this together. To be here, I feel honored to be here. I actually drove from Northridge, the Valley, so yeah, I had to make a few stops before I got here. But I do have 3 kids, as Joey said, and they're actually in the car, so I don't really... Kidding, that is wrong, laughing at that. I don't have a car. I'm just standing outside. You guys are, I was listening like about cruises. You guys are cruisers? Mm-hmm. Yeah, some are. So I do holidays. Holland. I do Holland America. I love it. I love it. So, 2 weeks for me. No cleaning, no cooking. Those people that clean on the cruises are amazing, right? If you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, your bed is made.